I used to help with food shelves quite a bit in the years past, and what I decided to do is I decided to make a chart here to show you just how wealthy our country is. It's been said that most people live off $1 a day or less, and the reason why I built this chart here is I wanted to show you on the low end how much free food a person can get each month at a food shelf. And what I did is I took one of the food shelves that gives the least, and I made a chart out of it. So this is based on a low end of what you get at the food shelf, comparing it to dollar value. So for instance, a person visits once a month, and you take that food once a month and you look at it and you scan it, and you check for prices on that food, and it comes to $30 for that month. That's $30 income for you, because that's money that you wouldn't have to spend on food because of the fact that you got it for free. So in 1 year, that's $360. In 1 week, that's like having $7 a week, or it's like having $1 a day. And like I said, the world lives off of $1 a day. And these people that make this $1 a day probably work anywhere from 8 to 12 hours, maybe even more a day. So our country is very wealthy. It's just that we really don't know the true definition of wealth. In my hometown, there was a few places that I looked up, and I found out that not only could you go to a food shelf like this, where you get something like a bag full of groceries or whatever, or put in a box, $30 a month. Not only could you go to this place, but there was a few others. There was like 4 or 5 different churches that had different days where you could come and pick up food and stuff. So if you take this number, $30 a month, and you times that by maybe 3 or 4, you're looking at $100 a month worth of free food in this country, pretty much anywhere. And everybody's talking about starvation in this country and stuff. They don't know what they're talking about. I think people spend their money on foolish things, and that's part of the problem, is they don't save money for the things that they need it for. So once again, you got $1 a day. So if we took the average American right now in this country that was going to go to a lot of different places, most of them are once a month where they could pick up food, what you're looking at is the daily amount in cash value. You'd be looking at maybe $5-10 a day of free food in this country. So there's really no excuse for people in our country saying that they're poor and stuff. If you got a shelter or a place to live and you've got food to eat and stuff, you're pretty much wealthy. And pretty much the definition of wealth is overflow of something that you have. You have an abundance. So, for instance, you make your money, and at the end of the month, if you have extra money, then that's considered a form of wealth, because it's above and beyond what you need. So I thought I would just make this chart here and just show people that things are really good here, even in the worst of times. You could still stop once a month in your town or churches or anything like that, and they're offering to help people. So once again, this chart was meant here just to kind of show what the cash value is, and people forget that when people are volunteering and they're giving you stuff, whatever they volunteer, a lot of people don't see the dollar value in it. But if you add it up, like I have, I found out that it's quite a bit of money that is put directly into your hands. It's not cash, but it's in food form. So be thankful. And if you run across hard times, you can use the food shelves and stuff like that. But just be thankful that you're fed. Be thankful that you got a place to live.